This is Suzanne in France, property reference number SIF 001536. It's a gîte complex in the Orne department of Normandy with a substantial farmhouse which is used currently as owner's accommodation. Has a big entrance hall with a galleried landing, plenty of stone features. Downstairs cloakroom just inside the front door. This was a barn, so this would have been on the 2 levels where the cows would have eaten through those gaps and stood in the lower level and had their food on the higher level. So it's got glass in between it now, but it makes a really nice feature for this kitchen. Double doors opening onto the patio and pergola behind. Range of fitted units. Nice central island. And plenty of room to eat in the kitchen. Dog in the background, and there's that feature wall again. Utility room with stacked washing machine and tumble dryer, freezers in there, a hot water cylinder. A lobby here, and in the cupboard on the right is bed linen for the gîtes. Another look at that feature. And the kitchen, a proper typical farmhouse kitchen. And a very nicely appointed conservatory which looks out over to the garden and the meadow behind it. A very peaceful environment. So what you can't hear from this is the birds tweeting outside. Back into the entrance hall, and then you have the master bedroom suite. Tucked away. Around the corner here you've got the ironing spot. And double doors out the front. And then to the ensuite bathroom. Sorry, I should say shower room. A large shower, hand basin and toilet. Back out into the hallway. Then up onto the first floor. You've got a split landing, galleried landing. A lovely sitting room. Looking across the landing at the bedrooms. and looking at the view over the garden to the back and the meadow in the distance behind. Nice and light again in this house. Nicely pointed stonework all the way around. Across the landing now. And into the first of 3 bedrooms on this floor. All good sizes. All wood frame double glazed windows. Bathroom at the end. A slightly unusual layout. You've got another door through which leads to the bathroom and shower room, so you have a choice of both. And then into the final of the 3 bedrooms on this side. Have a look across at the living room. And then we're into the adjoining gîte. This was the old bread oven. Open plan, L-shaped living room in this little cottage. Exposed stonework again. Nice solid staircase. That's the old bread oven. And now it's fitted with a wood burner. A fully fitted kitchen, a view to the back again. And looking back across the room. In the cupboard there, you've got behind the door, you've got the hot water cylinder. Upstairs now. The first of the 2 bedrooms. Sloping ceilings. And again the exposed stonework. Back out onto the landing. And the smaller of the 2 bedrooms, but still room for twin beds one other end. looking out over the out from the end gable. Now across into the old farmhouse. So this was the farmhouse when the property was run as a farm, and what you've just seen was all barn that was converted. Pretty wisteria across the front, and that enclosed garden, so nice and safe for toddlers or a small dog. Straight into a nice bright living room, again with a wood burner. Dining area open to the kitchen. Again, fully fitted kitchen. And a look back around the lounge. Into the inner hall, which is at the back of the house. A little shower room down here. A separate toilet. Access to the patio at the rear and the garden. And then the stairs to the first floor. So up on the first floor now. First to the bedrooms. Back out onto the landing. Good sized twin room. And the third bedroom. Again, another decent double. And the shower room. So one shower room upstairs with toilet and another downstairs. Let's look back round from a vantage point to see the configuration between the old farmhouse and the barn with its attached sheet. Pretty gardens. Nice turning circle in front. Big barn. The barn's divided into garaging and a workshop. And then we go up the lane slightly to the modern house that the owners had built. Leading up to the front, you've got a large, wide carport, which is concreted with an outside tap, and an easy access suitable for a wheelchair to go round into the house itself. You can just see a covered seating area at the front on a wraparound terrace. So everything with this house was specifically designed with handicapped access in mind. It's just the view back out the front again. And now going in. Through from the living room into a fully fitted kitchen. A slightly lower level hob for cooking and breakfast bar. Back out into the living room. You see the wood burner. First of two downstairs bedrooms. And the second. Built-in wardrobe in this one. And straight out into a well-fitted wet room. With grab rails, a seat and room for a wheelchair. Up then onto the first floor, on a mezzanine seating area at the top of the stairs. And two very spacious bedrooms. Here's the first of the two. A separate toilet. And then a good sized shower room. Back out onto the mezzanine seating area. And into the larger of the two first floor bedrooms. A really big room. A look from the view from that end bedroom. It's the outside of the house. And there in front you have the garden with the farmhouse and the barn conversion. And a nice, quiet, single track lane to get down there. Let's look back across the garden. This is the back of the farmhouse, the barn conversion and the gîte. Proper park-like gardens with plenty of shrubs and mature trees. If you'd like any more details about this property, please don't hesitate to go across to the website suzanneinfrance.com. Thank you.